When you're worship leading?
I'm eating the mic though.
Oh,
that's a little weird.
Don't eat the mic. Well, when was it was at high school a couple weeks ago. Nick Thiessen, he came up to me and he was like, "Miles, closer to the mic." But it's hard when you're trying to look at the music.
Yeah.
But also trying to sing into the mic.
I guess so. Yeah, because
you know
the music is a little bit lower.
Yeah,
and you kind of want to be up here, but where do you find that nice
and then
balance?
There's a picture of me for the beta worship nights for the promo. I'm like singing above the mic, and I'm like, oh, that's not very good. Maybe I should tuck down, but not too far down.
Yeah.
But anyways, welcome to the podcast.
What is it called again?
Miles off script.
Off script.
Yeah.
So there's no script.
No script.
You just
I was
speak life.
I was ChatGPTing names, and this one
Confession.
came up. Yeah, confession. Yeah, no, and there's a good pun to that. Miles off script.
Yeah.
Miles off script, but miles off script.
Oh, like miles, like, but we're not in the States though.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. But yeah. So I guess it'd be sweet if you could talk about your worship leading journey and like where you started.
Yeah.
And definitely the journey from teacher to worship leader. Because I think that like leaving something secure like a teaching gig.
Yep.
And jumping ship to work at a nonprofit or at a church that's a big jump.
Yeah.
So maybe tell me a little bit about that journey for you and how that transition happened, because I was on staff when you
oh
came.
man, I remember those days playing basketball in the queue back in the COVID days. Post COVID I guess a little bit, but how far do you want me to go back, like in terms of my worship leading journey, or do you want more of that just teacher to church life, or do you
well let's start actually all the way back
till
with
when I was
camp
born.
days.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, because did you help out with Resound at all? No?
Very,
Okay.
no.
Because Resound is before my days.
Yeah.
It must have been just Pursuit days.
Well, actually, I started in middle school.
Okay.
Yeah, so 2013, came to Southland, tried the church out for 6 months. And I'm like, I'm going to serve because I've been involved in previous worship teams at my old churches and led worship there. High school, did some worship leading there. But I'm like, I need to jump in and serve because that's just what you do, right? You serve. And jumped in on a middle school worship team playing acoustic and singing 2014. Yeah, 2014. Wow. It's almost been 12 years that I've been leading worship here. And then just was faithful there. And then the next year, 2015, they asked me to lead a team of middle school kids. What was it called back then? Like Supercell or something?
Yeah. Supercell. I was a part of Supercell.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Supercell.
You might have led me.
Sunday. It was at Sunday mornings, or was that Sunday mornings? Or was that Wednesdays?
Supercell was Wednesdays.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Or Deeper was Wednesdays.
Deeper was Wednesdays. No, Deeper, those are the committed.
Yeah.
Supercell is for the Sunday morning.
Yeah.
But so then was faithful there, served a few years, and then did Pursuits.
Were you in high school when you were doing Supercell days?
No, I was already like 20, I was 20 something.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was kind of like older. Yeah. Cause how old? 2014. My goodness. I can't do math now. Like that's what happens when you're not a teacher for a while. Math teacher. But, I was already, cause I graduated 2009 plus 5. Yeah. Probably almost 23-ish.
Okay. That's my age.
Yeah. There you go. Leading middle school worship.
Okay.
It was great. Then shifted over to Pursuits, not Resounds, just Pursuits, which is Friday evening worship nights.
Mm-hmm. And were you in school at this time?
No. Oh yeah, I was. Yeah. So I was fully in university and leading worship, which I feel like that's just what I did for so long. Yeah. And just this mic is just going crazy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's dipping.
Yeah, that's this one here.
You're gonna edit that out. I feel like, just university, was in school and serving. And I found I was able to find a healthy balance between the two. Some people are like, no, I just can focus on one. It depends on what you're doing. But I did both. and I found life from both.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then did that for a season. And then what happened? Then I ended up teaching at the SR.
Right.
That's a story in itself. Like
Okay.
being offered a job. Like I didn't even interview.
No?
Like they literally, cool story.
Yeah.
Cool story of how this happened. And I probably can weave this into just how shifting from teaching to coming here to church and working at church. But one morning devo, like I was already subbing and whatnot, but we were doing morning devos at the SR.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was leading it and they led a prayer exercise or listening prayer exercise. And then I remember listening and hearing or sensing that I heard from the Lord, like you're going to get hired in the next 2 weeks.
No way.
I'm like, no, not 2, like 2 weeks. Like that's a little short, right? Like, and the next thing you know, the bell rings, we leave. The pager goes off at the SR saying, Jireh, go to the office.
That same day?
That same morning.
Oh my goodness.
That same morning, like literally right after I just listened, I'm like, and I just kind of like laughed at God. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, maybe a month or maybe next year.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2 weeks is a little bit too quick.
Yeah.
And then literally the bell rang and they paged me to the office. And within 5 minutes, like they offered me a term for
That's
the
crazy.
next year. And I was like, that's wild. Like, so then I taught there for 2017 till about 2022. It's about 5 years.
Okay.
And all the COVID stuff, online learning, and just that was experience in and of itself. And then, I remember it was a wild summer, like with our church. I mean, you know all this stuff because you've been here. But a previous worship pastor, Zach, was leaving. And so I didn't even think about like that they would ask me. I was just like, I'm going to teach forever. Like, let it be. And then he literally calls me. It's like, hey, do you have a moment to chat? He's like, I'm leaving. I'm going to Kelowna. And in prayer, I sense that you should be the next worship person, director, pastor, whatever. And I was like, it was that summer. And we had a kid coming. That September. I'm like, I have a family that's growing. I have a stable job. I was literally offered permanent spring break prior. And then now the summer.
So you were hopping term to term.
Yeah, for a while. And then, what was it? Yeah, 2021. March, during spring break, they offered me permanent. And then that same summer, Zach was like, I think you should be the next worship director. I'm like, I just got my permanent. And like, that's what everybody works for, right? In the teaching.
Yeah.
In the teaching realm. It's like, get your permanent.
And
You're
then
set for life. You're good for life. You're good for life.
Yeah.
But now it's like, and I'm weighing these things and I have a kid coming. I have to consider my family. And it's like, what do I do? Like, they're both good options. Like to work in the school, be an influence there, or to work in the church. I have no idea. Although it was funny because I remember chatting with my wife one time. We were laying in bed. I'm like, I wonder what it would be like to work at a church and be it was like around the same time too, with all these things were happening. I'm like,
oh yeah,
I wonder what this would be like to work at a church and to lead worship and to do that as a career. I'm like, I don't know, but I never really thought anything that it would actually happen. But then when Zach was like, you should consider it. So I took that summer to pray. I think it took a couple months and received a bunch of confirmation. And really, I was like, the kind of fleece was, I need this to be very clear. I need it to be very clear that this is where God wants me, because I'm not going to move. I'm not going to leave this stable career, although like what's stable. I know that's kind of like what I see too. It's like, it might appear stable right now, but long term, you just don't know what the world's going to bring. I mean, you look at COVID, you think the world was stable and it wasn't. It all it takes is one thing to shift, and the next thing you're like, this career actually isn't stable. So that's kind of how I view life now. It's like, what's actually stable is where God wants me to be.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, I think about, Matthew 6:33. It's like, seek first the kingdom of God, and then everything that you need will actually follow. So that's actually real stability, not your career.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, that's really a turning point. It's like, wherever God wanted me to be, that's where I was going to go. And so through prayer and listening and chatting with different people, I felt like that was the right move. And now 4 years into this, it's crazy, 4 years, almost 4 years. 4 years in February. So next month, I would say like, I think this is the right decision.
Yeah.
I feel like I've grown more in this role than in the teaching role. And not that whatever, one's not better than the other, but I think about where my heart is and where my passions are and where my gifting is. It's like, hey, I think this works well. And I don't know what's going to come, but same thing, right? It's like, God, wherever you want me to be, that's the safest place.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my little nutshell story.
Yeah. I that perspective of where God wants you to be, that's the most stable place.
Yeah.
And that heart of obedience, knowing that he'll take care of you if you're walking in his will, like that's a really cool perspective. Because on paper, maybe getting the term position is the safest place to be.
Yeah.
But if that's not walking in God's obedience for your life, then that's not the place.
Yeah.
And I remember that, I think it was that summer, you were always in the prayer room.
Yeah.
Like just walking around the church lobby, I would always see you in and out of the prayer room, and you were doing resting prayer, doing the live stream resting prayers in the auditorium. And I remember just thinking to myself, maybe Jireh would be the right person to fit this role, because like Zach had already left at that point.
Yep.
And I thought to myself, like, okay, maybe Jireh would be the right person. And I thought you were a cool person that would fit that. And I remember talking to Stefan at one point, and I said, hey, what about Jireh? And he's like, oh, we know. And yeah. So that's just a really cool story of how that all came to be.
Yeah. It was interesting though. Talking to Zach after I said yes, apparently they were already thinking about hiring me even if he was going to stay.
Oh, really?
Like he would shift over to communications. And maybe this is back talk, but like, but yeah, there was even talk that they would bring me on
right
as the worship director, but he would stay on and fill in a different role.
Right.
Because I think there was a few needs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, that was interesting, but I had no idea. But yeah.
Yeah, because Zach was doing some communication stuff.
Yeah.
For a little bit before he left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
it was wild. But the prayer room side of things, like I remember a few summers there too. Like I feel like there is a season of just praying and waiting. And I remember it's crazy how much time you have when you don't have kids. But I remember, as a teacher, like your summers, like, what do I do with this time? But I remember, just coming to the prayer room every single day and spending like a number of hours in there and just waiting.
Yeah.
And just seeking the Lord. And I think it was, just training ground of just being somebody who prays and listens. And then, I feel like when the time comes, you need to be able to hear what the Lord wants for you, and whatever, sometimes you get it wrong. But for these big decisions, I think what people have often said is you wait on it, right? Don't rush into a big decision when it involves other people, like my family. I'm like, I got to provide somehow.
Right.
But prayer definitely huge.
Yeah. There's a lyric in a song that I like. Don't make life decisions in the time it takes to brush your teeth. And so often I do that in areas of my life, but it's important to just wait and pray and to wait it out.
Yeah.
And to wait for that reveal.
Yeah.
Actually for this month of prayer and fasting, I was praying about like kind of like a word for this year or this month, and God gave me the word reveal in different areas of my life, and just waiting for like his plan will show.
Yeah.
And I think that's important in all areas of life, just waiting for the season to reveal itself for what God wants you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What are some areas do you think that teaching and worship leading overlap?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think in really most areas or careers, maybe not most, but I feel like the relational side of things, like as a teacher, it was always about the kids, right? I'm here to serve them. And I definitely grew in just being relational as a teacher, because sometimes you're just very task focused. Like I'm a very task focused person, but I remember, I was teaching a lot of the math courses that weren't super academic. I was teaching essentials. I was teaching grade 9 math. And like some of those students, very unmotivated, right? They're just like, I'm just here because I need to take this. So I learned to be very relational. I would just often chat with the kids and Yeah. And I feel like as a worship leader, or really in any ministry position, I feel like you need to be people first. I think that's really what a good leader is, right? You're here to serve. And when you think about Jesus, what he said, he came here to serve and not to be served. And so I think, teaching, worship leading, people first, that's key. But also in the teaching side of things, it's like, how do I, there's curriculum that you have to go through. But even some things that I'm thinking about now as a worship director, like I'm not here to do all the things because I'm only one person. I mean, you're one of the guys that leads at Beta, and I as a worship director, I want to help you grow as a worship leader or as a whatever, right? So my job as a worship director is to help people move along and grow in their craft or skill, very similar to like, teaching math. It's like, here's step one. How do I move you and progress you through all these outcomes? And very similar to worship as a director, like as a worship leader, what do you need to learn and how can I help you get to becoming a better worship leader? So I feel like that way of thinking definitely overlaps. So people and just moving people towards a goal of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the whatever management or director or influencer role that you have, like obviously there's teaching components that line up with that. And I mean, like even for myself, there's so many things that I don't know what to do, or how do I intro this song, or it's a new song, like what should I say before. But even like, I don't know, I feel like for myself, things that I would love to learn more about is maybe just like vocal training. Like
Totally.
how do I even sing? Like I sang in choir, but how do I sing better? Or when I'm reaching for those high notes, like
some of that technique.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's an area that I need to grow in for sure. But I mean, there's a lot of heart training as well.
Totally.
And a lot of heart stuff that you got to go through with people.
Yeah.
For when you're dealing with volunteers, making sure that they're in the right spot to lead or even to play their instrument.
Yeah.
Because it can really become self-centered really fast.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
What's been that battle for you? Like, have you ever experienced that battle where maybe your worship has become stained by self-centeredness, or like, have you ever had that?
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's one of those things where my natural default, like I don't actually love being in the spotlight, like growing up, which is kind of weird. Like, why am I even in this role? Sometimes I ask the Lord, like, why? Because like growing up, I hated public speaking. I hated being in front of people. And now like, why did I choose teaching? Like you're in front of people all the time. And now in this role where like you're singing in front of people all the time, like, why am I in this role? But so I feel like on that end, it comes a little bit more easy to me because I don't love the spotlight. But at the same time, like we're human. So when things go well, one of the things that I feel like I struggle with is how do you then not take the credit for what went well? And now it's like, this is all about me. That's kind of where I struggle. And so how do I battle that? That one is I really think having that consistent walk with the Lord and having him reveal that to you, but also realizing that pride is actually the thing that's going to hinder you from doing your job well. And just remembering that, and actually remembering, just having healthy perspective of just life in general. It's like what I'm given today is actually a gift. It's not this thing that I've now done and earned and whatever. Like actually the Lord placed me here and I want to do this well. And humility is how I do this well. So I think about, if I get to this place of this is about me, then actually what I do won't succeed. So that's, having perspective that way. But I can't even say that I've figured that out. I think it's just part of being human that you're going to experience that battle, and everyone does. And how do you kill that sin of pride
Yeah.
Or even, yeah, great story that I was listening to even recently was King Nebuchadnezzar, where he sees his kingdom and he's like, look at what I've built. And the next thing you know, like the Lord is humbling him and he becomes like an animal. I'm like, I don't want to be like that. Like, I don't want to get to this place where the Lord has to humble me, because I think as a leader, yeah, I mean, we've heard of a lot of leaders who, big, successful careers, ministries, and then all it takes is one moment for them to fall. I'm like, I don't want to be that. Yeah. And so I think just a consistent walk with the Lord and community and accountability and just being real, like, hey, this is what I'm struggling with. I confess it. Mm-hmm. And I think just being aware of it and confessing it regularly, and as we would say here, keeping a short account of your sin, helps you stay in that place of, this isn't about me. This is about God. But yeah, I think those are some things that I try to do. And again, you'll still battle with those thoughts because you're human, but how do you kill it?
Yeah.
And yeah, stay humble.
Yeah. And having that, the pure why is really important as well. And like what got you started into it at the beginning, and remembering that and going back to that is really important. Because I think if you get off track of what got you into it in the first place, like that first love is really important. Because sometimes I think for myself, worship leading can be more suffering sometimes than not, where I really don't want to do the 10-hour day at church where I'm doing the morning and the evening, or I'm just really not feeling the set and I don't think it's going to do anything for me. Yeah. And I'm just not interested in showing up today. But then going back to the why of, okay, I get to worship God and
see other people worship,
for sure,
which is another, like, a big joy of why we do it.
And I think sometimes when the mistakes happen or you mess up a line, like just being able to laugh it off and be able to like sing with a smile, be like, whoops, totally messed that up. And then everyone can see like, oh, he's just enjoying himself. Like I try and smile the most I can in a set whenever I mess something up.
Yeah, because, I do that too.
Like people, like, I don't know, if I just laugh it off compared to trying to be so serious about it, then people are going to notice that. And it's like, oh, we're just having fun together.
Yeah. I love that.
But yeah, the why and not taking credit, I think that's something for sure. Like, it's hard not to take credit for something that went well.
Totally.
When it's totally not you that's bearing the fruit.
Yeah.
You're just the person, you're just the vessel that's being willing to sing. Whereas if people are impacted by that, that's totally not you. And recognizing your place in that is important as well. Recognizing your place in worship and not overstepping the boundaries where God has placed you. Yeah. To just be the person up front to sing the next lyric so people know what's happening. Yeah. Like, yeah, I think that's important to keep that perspective as well. Yeah. It's good thoughts.
Yeah. And just realizing too, like, yes, we're leading, but at the same time, like, I'm no different than the person out there, other than like I might have a mic and I'm there, but at the end of the day, like, we're all actually just singing together. But it is a bit of that weird, like, weird us and them. But I think one of the things that we need to try to do as worship leaders, and even as a church, I don't know, I feel like the worship, what do you call it? Just the culture of it sometimes puts a barrier between people on stage and the congregation. But how do we actually, I was reading this book, I think it's called How to Worship a King, but how do you break that barrier between us and them? And instead of that, actually, this is we. Like, sure, we're on the stage, but like, I'm not really much different than you. Like, I'm saved and purchased by the blood, and like, I'm a child of God, and so are you. And we all have a voice, and for whatever reason, I just have a mic in front of me.
Right. But you might even be a better singer than me.
Yeah, I'm sure there's other musicians out there and singers out there that are more talented than I am, but for whatever reason, God's chosen us to have a mic, but really, it's me just leading them so that they can have a voice and sing. Right. And I think that's really the key, or one of the keys as a worship leader, is it's like, how can I get them to express their worship? And yeah, and I think it's about the voice of the church, not the voice of just one person.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How do you deal with the days where you don't want to show up, or you're struggling through a set,
Yeah.
or you're just not feeling it?
Oh man. Oh, I think the area that I struggle with most, and I think we all do this because we're such a performance-based society, where it's like, I feel like my walk with the Lord isn't going well, and I'm just like, I just immediately carry that into a set. Where it's like, oh, I committed that sin yesterday. I'm not worthy to stand up here and to sing, and this is just going to go terrible. But I find that even in those moments, like, I can still offer my worship. And I think remembering that, again, like, I'm no different than the person out there, right? Just like, yes, like, I'm leading, but at the same time, like, I just need to remember who I am in Christ, and remember my identity and who I am, because that doesn't change regardless of how I feel.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, if I confess that, I can be forgiven. And I think just being faithful. And I think about it like working out too. Like, there's days that you just don't feel like working out. I mean, you love to work out.
Yeah.
Like, you probably don't feel like going to the gym every single day.
No.
But you do it. And not that, whatever, there's days you feel it and there's days you don't. But I think just being faithful in what he's called you to do, and the fact that you're still in, for me, the fact that I'm still there, I'm still called to lead, then I'm just going to do my best and leave the outcomes to the Lord. Again, it might be more of a struggle, which is not great, but I think it also just grows you in character. And honestly, I think it helps keep you humble, because if this goes well, even if I didn't feel it, like, I was still able to lead them.
Yeah.
Right. Where, again, just that perspective of, this isn't about me and how I feel. Actually, it's about, like, God is still worthy of worship, and I still want to serve. And so, again, I think it's just partly just dying to yourself again. And really, that's the Christian life. How do you kill things? How do you die to yourself, die to what you want? And hopefully you're not feeling it all the time, right? I mean, if you're always not feeling it, then maybe there's another thing that you need to deal with.
Yeah.
But on the days where you're just not feeling it, I think you just offer it to the Lord as a sacrifice. Like, this is my best. I'm not feeling it, but take my bread, my crumbs of bread, and multiply it, because I feel like I don't really have much to give. And really, at the end of the day, like, we actually don't have much to give the Lord. Like,
right.
What is our song? Like, he's probably not wowed by it very much. It's like, you think about, like, he's God, and he owns everything. He created everything. And really, he just wants me to show up and be faithful. And I think about, just that parable, those who are faithful with little, he'll continue to allow you to be faithful with other things. So I think, just being faithful with what you're given and the opportunities, and even if you don't feel it, just go for it.
You still got to show up.
Yeah, show up. And that's part of the role and part of the job. Right. So, but again, I think if you're always not feeling it, then I think there's other hard work that you need to do.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just showing up even when you might not want to or feel like it. And there's like a whole bunch of other life circumstances that can play a part into that as well.
Yeah.
But if you're still able to carry the mantle and pick up your cross even when you don't want to, like, that will transition to other areas of life as well.
Totally. Yeah.
And saying yes even when it might cost you something, like, that's the important part.
Yeah.
Is continuing to say yes, even when it might cost a stable job.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
And really, that's all you can do, is just follow where the Lord leads and be faithful. Yeah. And I think just doing that, like, God will use you. I think what Pastor Ray said, I think he spoke at a at a beta, the last beta, where he talked to the next generation. He's just like, how do I find my calling? Look at the opportunities you have, be faithful in that, and then if he starts to stir some stuff in your heart, then pray through it, talk to other people,
Yeah.
But yeah, just being faithful is huge.
Yeah. And that's your story too, with starting small with Supercell
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
pursuits, and then it leads to something bigger where now it's your
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. It's crazy. And I think, yeah, faithfulness. And I wasn't even looking for these opportunities, right? Just like they literally were there. And sometimes I feel like I think it's not bad to overthink or to whatever, think about what the Lord wants to do in your life. But I think, yeah, just being faithful. And I think it'll first stir in your heart. You'll kind of sense some of the nigglings, the nigglings, I have even a word, some of the God niggles or nudges. And then you just continue to pray into it and wait. And I think if the Lord really wants you there, he's going to move heaven and earth.
Yeah, he'll make it known for sure.
Clear to you and reveal it to you. You know, your word of the year. Reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like for your family? Like this whole transition and getting used to that. Like were there any like, Jar, what are you doing?
Yeah. I feel like this question I still get often from people. It's like, oh, do you miss teaching? Right. But
I mean, we're talking about it now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, do you miss it? I would say for the most part, I don't actually miss it. Well, it's hard to compare. But definitely I think, yeah, considering my family, how do I navigate that? But I think if you can get your family to a place where, like as a family, like we're on mission and like our lives aren't our own, as hard as it is to be like I'm not sure about this, but I think for me being the head of the household, if it's like, I think this is where God is leading us, then yeah, it's like, how do you lead your family in that? And I think something that I'm passionate to right now about is how do you lead your family well so that all of you are living life on mission together? Right? So like discipling your family, I think it's easier when God calls, you know, whether it's the man or the woman, usually it's the man to like ministry. It's like, yeah, if you're leading your family well, then they'll trust you. Right. And I think just having that trust of your family, if this is where the Lord is leading, like we may not fully feel comfortable in the decision, but if this is where the Lord's leading you, then I trust you that you're hearing right and we'll follow your lead. And right. I think that's really what it is. And that's kind of what we started this conversation off with, right? It's like trusting the Lord and that simple obedience, even if it doesn't make sense. Even, yeah, to like, I think some of my family, even my parents, I don't think they were fully convinced that this was the right thing to do. Cause it's like, hey, we went to school for 5-6 years and then now like your degree isn't really worth anything.
Right.
But yeah, that was tough. But at the same time, I'm like, if this is where God wants me, then that's kind of what I tell people. Like, I know it doesn't really make sense on paper or logically. And I think that's kind of what happens when God calls you sometimes, that it doesn't actually make a lot of sense sometimes, which is why, whatever, it's faith and trust, right? So,
yeah.
But how do I answer people when they're like, yeah, I'm not sure if that was the right decision? Well, that's okay if you don't really agree with me. But
yeah, if
this is where I believe the Lord called me, then really I'm going to be judged for my decisions.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's simple, but also difficult to explain to other people who don't maybe understand, yeah, that life of, you know, God's calling me to this. So then, yeah.
Yeah, I think like the battle of obedience versus on paper fruit or any reward that we can see, like that the eternal obedience versus earthly reward. Yeah. I think sometimes if we think we're following God, then we'll have earthly reward, like a stable job or income or the perfect family.
Yeah.
But obedience is more important than any of that because the fruit comes from God. And I think that's something that I'm learning a lot is that if I bear fruit, that fruit is from God, and that it's not because I've done anything, but it's because God has planted the seed, God has watered it, God has made the tree grow, and God has made the tree bear fruit. I'm like, really, I have no part in it except just saying yes.
Yep.
And then letting him take over and doing whatever he says. And if there's fruit, great. But even if there's no fruit, if I've given him my obedience, I'll still get reward.
Yep.
Because, like if I went overseas and got 10,000 people to follow Jesus, but God hasn't called me to do that, like I'm not walking in obedience, even though there is this massive like fruit that came from it. If it's not walking if it's not walking in obedience, then it's not my reward.
Yeah.
I think finding the difference between the two and walking in obedience, even when there might not be like a visible fruit right now where this is the right move.
Yeah.
Or this makes the most sense because of X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
But just trusting that God is asking me to do this, so I will say yes in the obedience, even if I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah. And you want like lasting fruit, right? So even if it starts small, it's like you want something that's gonna last, and not just be whatever. Yeah, you might have initial fruit, but if it just dies, then it's like, okay, what was that? But yeah.
What are some things right now, or areas of your life that you? But before you talked about how you feel like you're able to use all of your giftings in this role, compared to just one with teaching or a couple of teaching. What are some of those giftings that you feel like you're able to use?
Well, the music gifting for sure. I feel like as a teacher, you weren't really able to use the music gift of things. What other giftings? I feel like the music one is huge, but I feel like something that I have grown in now, I don't know if this is a gift or not. It's always hard to know what's a gift and what's not, but like the leadership aspect of things is something that I'm growing in and I'm actually enjoying. But being able to use a bit of that, I mean, as a teacher, it's like with younger kids, it doesn't feel like there's some leadership to it. But now when you're leading people who are older than you or your age, and some younger too, but I feel like that leadership, like bigger scope leadership, is something that I'm able to use and really like build into people and equip people for maybe things that I feel passionate about, like worship and discipleship, or how do you love God? Honestly, that's a good question. I'm not really sure like what my giftings are.
Yeah. And they ebb and flow too.
Yeah. But definitely the music side of things. I've always wondered like, why do I have such a strong musical ability? And part of it, like I've just grown up in church and was part of music ministry for a long time. And it's like great.
Is your family musical?
A little bit.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say to the same degree that I am. But they are musical. Like my dad plays guitar, my mom sings, my uncles also sing and
Did
play
you grow
guitar.
up with them playing in church and like seeing them?
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I was drumming when I was 8. Like my family started a church in their basement, and that church still exists today.
Okay.
Which is wild. But I remember, playing drums when I was 8 years old. And just they needed a drummer and there was nobody, and it's like I could do it. And so I've always wondered like why the musical gift. Now in hindsight, it's like, okay, this makes sense. But I wonder what other things the Lord will use in this role as I develop other things like leadership or spiritual disciplines. I don't know what the Lord's going to use.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. We'll see what the future holds. But I think, I've always enjoyed teaching. Although I don't like being in front of people, but teaching doesn't necessarily always mean being in front of people.
Right.
But that gifting of like moving people from point A to B to C and thinking through that. I wish I had more time to think through that. I know we've talked about like, if I had the ideal job, like what would that look like? But just moving people from A to B to C and just trying to think in that space. I really enjoy that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I think for me growing up, seeing my dad play his instrument, whether for him, it was mostly at like school concerts.
Yeah.
I think he played once or twice here at church for a special service, but with his trumpet. But seeing him do that, there's like almost like a sense of pride as a kid, being able to see your dad on stage do this thing.
Yeah.
And recently he played at their church at Grant for their Christmas Eve service.
Okay, that's
And
cool.
Yeah.
Play trumpet?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And it just brought back like so many childhood memories of me of just being a kid and seeing your dad on stage and and the pride that you see. But then also seeing him like worship with his gifting.
Yeah.
Like that's cool.
Yeah.
As a kid to be able to see your dad like fully express the thing that he loves to do the most for God.
Yeah.
Is a really cool thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, he hadn't played trumpet on stage for a while in a church setting, so being able to see him do that, that's really cool.
Yeah. And like on the topic of gifting, it's very interesting because I think about sometimes your gifting can also be like your greatest hindrance. Because when you have a gifting or a talent, it's hard to know what's gifting and what's talent, right? They're kind of, I feel like a gift is more free, right? It's like, hey, you just receive it, but like talent is also developed. So it's hard to know what's gifting and what's talent, because talent, like you still have to put effort into it to get better at your craft. But I think sometimes your gift or having a strong ability in an area can also be a weakness, because we talked about, like pride and humility. Because now when you're very strong at something, it's like you can take the credit. It's like, oh, I'm in this role because of my gifting, or I'm here because
of my talent. My voice is so good.
Yeah, right. So it's like, how do you distinguish what's gifting, talent, and calling? Just because you have a talent in an area, does that mean that this is your calling?
Yeah.
And it might be a season. I don't know. I'm only 34, right? So again, this might be a stepping stone to something else or not. But yeah, it's very tricky to know or to keep in perspective. Like, just because you have a gift doesn't mean that you need to, you can use it, but yeah, just to keep it in perspective. And how do you stay humble in that gifting? So it's very tricky.
Yeah.
So I don't know, another thing to have to wrestle through.
Yeah.
And to lay down, but the Lord can use it. But anyways.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like when I play electric, I feel like I'm using a musical talent that I have to just pick it up and be able to play and put in the hours and because I love it. But when I'm worship leading, I don't feel like that's a talent. I feel like that's more of a natural. Well, I don't even think it's a gifting, because I don't actually think I'm very good at it when it comes to singing.
Yeah.
I think when I stand up there, I think that God gives me like a window of gift for the moment I'm on stage, the moment I'm off. There's like, it's like he opens up the door, and then as soon as I walk off stage, he closes the door. And it's like that gifting is now gone, and it'll only come back when
you need it again.
I need it again.
Yeah.
And like that really just keeps me humble, because I know for sure that I'm probably not the best person for the job. And there's also some like insecurity that comes with that, but there's also full confidence, because I know that the one that's giving me the strength to do this is going to sustain me, and isn't just going to, like, as long as I keep saying yes, God's going to continue to show up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get to your head, because I'm nervous the moment I walk on to the moment I walk off. And just the window of being on stage, that's when I have the confidence. But as soon as I'm not, then the nerves come back.
Yeah. And I love that. Like you talk about, you saying yes. And I'm just looking back and thinking about your journey into like all the different things that you've said yes to, whether it's playing electric at camp. I remember the first time you played electric, and now you're like playing electric on a regular on the weekend. And I think you even played one Easter.
2 Easters.
2 Easters.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
like 2.
Yeah.
And just to see like that small yes at camp led to having more opportunities. But now worship leading, I don't know if you ever thought of yourself as a worship leader.
Yeah.
And I think too, even as you were sharing, like, yeah, what's a gift, what's a talent? I think some of the best worship leaders aren't always the most gifted, right? I think it's if the Lord gives you in that area to lead other people, and you can lead other people without being the best singer. And I think sometimes, maybe this is not every single case, but even being the average singer is better than being the best singer. Because I think a temptation can be, you're so amazing that when people come to sing in a corporate setting, they're not wowed by who God is and the things that we're singing about him, but now they're just wowed. Oh my goodness, that person is an amazing singer.
Right.
So I think sometimes it can be a hindrance to actually corporate worship when somebody is so talented. Right. And I don't think I myself don't have the best voice. Like I think of other people in this church who have way better voices than I do, like Camille or Kamika or Candy and all. And but I think, again, just saying yes and allowing the Spirit to use you to lead, even when you don't have the best gifting, keeps you humble. And I think that's really what you need. It's we need God to show up at a worship time and for people to see him. Although I think you can't also be like the worst singer, because that will be distracting.
Right. There's like
there's this nice
balance
in between where you can hold a tune, but not necessarily have the best voice.
Yeah. It was a couple years ago. I think it was like a Bethel worship night was coming to Minneapolis, and I really wanted to go. It was like maybe it was Brandon Lake or something, I don't know. And I really wanted to go, and I was telling my parents. Maybe it was like a summer worship night. I don't know. It was It was one of those events. Yeah. And I really wanted to go, and I told my parents about it, and they really challenged me on like, why do you want to go? Like, what do you think you'll experience there that you can't get here?
Like, totally.
Like, why are you like you're going because you're more interested in the concert than you are in the worship, because God can meet you here in the same way that he can meet you there. But you're really just going to experience the lights and the sound and the name that is attached to the song. Yeah. And so I didn't end up going. Just, I don't know why, things just didn't work out, and maybe my heart changed after that. But it really changed my perspective to think about it in that way. Yep. Where sometimes we often can glorify the name.
Yeah, that is
the name.
Yeah, that can be that's a whole can of worms, right? It's like, I'm sure that they're also doing a lot of awesome things, and people are being exposed to Jesus and the gospel through those things. So it's like, but also checking our own hearts. That's I don't know. I don't have fully formed thoughts on that, but but that is a good question to think about.
Yeah, and there are I think there are stories in the Bible where like certain people have certain giftings. Yep. And like you want to go to this person to like I just think of the disciples, like you want to go to them because they have they experienced Jesus. Yeah. So maybe there is a layer of people have more giftings than others, and
totally. I think I would agree with that.
I don't have a full formed thought there either. but
you look at the talents, right? Like the parable, somebody had 5, somebody had 2, and somebody had 1. Yeah. But they all sought to be faithful. But I just wonder, with people like that, and I just had a few thoughts. With people who have such amazing talent or gifting, whatever you want to call it, I wonder if they'll be like, what's expected from them is greater than the person who has 1. Yeah. Although like they're both expected to be faithful, but the person who has 5, they doubled it, right? They didn't just like, I'm just going to get to 6. But I wonder if the expectation and the level of, if you can call it judgment at the end, could be harsher. I don't remember harsher, but like the expectation, right? With when you have more, then you're expected to produce more, or I don't know. Maybe that's some few little nuggets there. But I think being big names too has its own challenges, right? Like with all the lights and all the, how do you come down from that high, if you can call it a high? And I think Brandon like shared some of that too, like some of the things that he's experienced of like not being on tour for a season and just like, whoa, like that was hard. And just having to wrestle with that when you're always on tour and having that lifestyle, and then you go back to like normal church or normal life. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
I think that's also a wrestle. And not that I've experienced that to any degree, but I'm sure that has its own challenges. And yeah.
Even when you think that you have something to offer and, it could be so much better if I was the one up there. Like, then those selfish feelings and emotions that you can get as a musician sitting in the congregation watching the worship happening and thinking, if I was mixing, or if I was playing, or if I was singing, how much better it could be.
Yeah.
Because I'm better than the person on stage. I have more talent than them. I have more skill. And letting yourself just be free of that. Yeah. And I think that's maybe the downside of being a musician in a worship setting, is because you can easily just think of those things. Yeah. And you're reading the chord chart as the song is being sung when you're sitting in the pew. Yeah, yeah. And not getting caught up in that. Yeah. And just letting yourself worship free. Yeah. Without thinking of all those things. Like that's really important as well, to almost we want our worship to be one with our gifting, but then you also need to separate them when you're not on stage.
Totally. Like, how do you not just evaluate every single person who's leading up there? Although in my job, I feel like it's kind of part of my job, but how do I still offer my worship while still observing the things that are going on? But that is tricky. Mm-hmm. Not that I've experienced it often, because I'm often on stage these days. But yeah, when you're not on stage and you're just sitting in the pew, not that we have pews here, but right, yeah. But how do you still offer your own worship and not miss that moment to offer your worship, and not just evaluate what's going on stage? But
yeah. I think going back to giftings, I think there's lots of areas in my life where I feel like I have giftings, and maybe I have a fear of not fully, I don't know if exploit is the right word, not fully using them all. Yeah. And I think if I have the opportunity to step into something that might stretch a gifting or might multiply it, I think I want to take that for sure. And I don't want to grow up. Not that, I mean, we always grow up. I don't want to grow old and think, I should have done that, or I wasted this time. Or if I had the opportunity to step into that, I probably should have. Why didn't I? Yeah. And saying yes to the things that are maybe scary, and I mean, I've the time right now. Like I'm not settled into anything. I don't have any long-term commitment, so might as well just say yes to everything. And I don't know, if I burn out, it's okay. Recover next weekend.
You're still young, yeah. I remember those days back in whatever. Now I was like, 16 to 20, like serving every weekend, which is wild. Like small church back in the day, like we didn't have 4 rotations of worship teams, and everything happened on the weekend because it was a fully run church with volunteers. There was no staff person, like not even the pastor was staff, which is wild. Yeah. But I remember, playing Friday night for prayer meeting, Saturday morning practice, and then all Sunday, multiple services, and being there from like 9 till 6. Wow. On a regular, like 4 weekends a month. Wow. And that would be your life. And I don't think I regretted it. Like, it was actually a lot of fun. And whatever I was talking about, this with my wife, with like small church feel and big church feel, like, what do you prefer? I was like, I don't know. They run different. But one thing that I loved about the small church feel is that the people that you served with, you actually, like, you lived life together. Like, and you literally played, worshiped, ate together every weekend. And it was awesome. And I don't know if I would do that now as a 34-year-old. I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
But in the season when you're young, which is like to the young people, it's like, yeah, you're still young. Like use your time well and try things because you have the time to do it. Because when you get older, it's a bit harder when you have kids and whatnot. But yeah, use that time to try different things, say yes to different things. And yeah, although there's a side of like spiritual care or hard care that you want to be aware of too. But I think you guys recover a lot better than the 34-year-old or the 50-year-old who gets burnt out. Right. But
yeah. I think that really plays into running the race. And I think we can often get caught up in needing rest or thinking that we need rest.
Oh, that's another conversation you're going to have.
Yeah.
Like the self-care, how far is too far of self-care? Like,
yeah. Like if you're just going to sit on the couch all day, like,
yeah,
like yeah, because we need a Sabbath, we need rest.
Yep, I agree with that. Yeah.
But we are also told to run the race and to run it hard.
Yep.
And if there is I don't want to waste time on the couch when it could be running the race hard.
Yeah.
And because like with a running analogy, like, yes, you need to recover.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
obviously.
you can't just run.
Yeah, you can't just run 24/7. But if there's also a point where now resting is causing you to fall back, where you are over resting.
Totally.
Where like you have to stay in that like.
It's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
I think the best way that I've heard it recently, I'm taking Path to Freedom. They don't call it self-care. They call it Sabbath and personal responsibility, which the goal of the Sabbath is actually to rebuild capacity to do what you need to do. Yeah. So it's not like whatever. It's not just have fun, do whatever you want. It's what is the thing that I need to do so that I can build my capacity for what I need to do. And I was like, oh, that's an awesome way to put it. Like, is sitting on the couch here building my capacity to do what I need to do? Or is this just wasted time?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. But yeah, I think.
Am I going to feel worse after sitting on the couch all day?
Yeah.
Versus I could be out at the gym or.
Yeah. And that can be a Sabbath, right?
Yeah.
Or going out and going for a walk.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever it is for you.
Mowing the lawn.
Yeah. Whatever is going to build your capacity. Yeah. So yeah, that's a totally different topic of like, what does Sabbath look like? What does rest look like? I think it's important. But yeah, whatever builds your capacity. If you like to cook, go cook an awesome meal or eat an awesome meal. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
As someone who like works on the weekend or events or evenings, like how does that rest play a part in your life then when like Sunday's a work day for you?
Yeah. I just consider it a work day. So my family's Sabbath is Friday. Fridays are day off where I just invest into my family. We try to not to do too much and whatever. I'm not like super strict on like, now we can't cook or we can't whatever, clean, whatever. But I just take that day to try to disconnect from my phone as much as possible. And then, I just invest into the family. That's our day. And my son and my kids, they've bought into the whole idea of like Friday fun day, Friday Sabbath day. And like he even has toys that are his Sabbath toys that he can play with just on that day that are special.
Okay.
So whatever, I try to avoid too much work and I just use that day to just be present to the family. And I love food, so I'll try to order something or make something that's enjoyable. But that's kind of what I do to try to recharge. I do try to take a nap on a Friday. But yeah, I try to make a day where I'm not doing my normal work and try to build some of that capacity.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what that looks like for me.
That's cool that you have a scheduled day like that where, okay, Fridays are going to be my like chill day, fun day.
Yep.
And like fun day where you're still able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And just be able to relax and hang out with the kids. Like that's super important.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a fun day, but I feel like I build a lot of rest into my life naturally. I'm a huge scheduler. Okay. So I schedule in times like that.
Nice.
Where I'm just able to have a couple hours of chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think too, I don't want to cut you off, but I did. But I think the Sabbath, allowing yourself to like reflect on who God is and like devote extra time to God, I think is super important. Because I think the best way to recharge your capacity is to be with the Lord. And I think using that day to just invest extra time if you can. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard a pastor once say, well, this is what he recommends. So like you have your daily devotions, and then once a week you have like a longer time.
Yeah.
And then once a month you have an even longer time.
Yeah.
And then it was like once a year you have like almost like a weekend.
Yeah.
Where this is like your weekend reset for the year, where you pray about the year, and you go on a little cabin retreat or whatever to pray for the year.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool to have moments like that where, okay, this is going to be my longer time in those increments throughout the year, like week, month, year, to dive in deeper. Because if you get, I don't know, I think if you just have your hour every day, like that's great.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's so much more that you can be doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I need to figure out a way to increment that into my life. I don't do that currently, but I think even on my fasting days or whatever, to like spend more time in my devos. I mean, that's what fasting is for. So
yeah, and doing whatever it takes to build that capacity to grow in your love for the Lord. But yeah, so I'm pumped for this week. Although I also dread it to a degree. I'm like 3 days without food.
Yeah.
But
for prayer and fasting month. It came up so quick, man, this week. Prayer and fasting.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Get some extra noise.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. Do you do the 3-day fast?
I do, yeah. For the last couple days, or the last few years, I've been more regular in it, probably the last 5 years.
Okay.
And honestly, like, I dreaded it. The first time I did it, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. Why am I doing this? And I think there's been times where I've had like impure motives in it, where it's like, oh, I'm going to lose weight, you know, where it just becomes a health thing rather than a spiritual thing. And not that God can't use it either, but I think this year I really want to focus on, like, let it be a spiritual thing, remove things to spend more time with the Lord. And so I've done it now for at least 5 years. And I think each year I look forward to it more, because I see it's a great way to actually just reset your life and your year and to get focus. And it's one of those things where it's like, why do I only do this once a month? Like, why can't I make this a regular practice? And I've tried to over the years of like trying to fast once a week on a certain day, like all day.
Yeah.
And I want to get better at that, because I think there is untapped potential through fasting that I'm not tapping into as a regular practice. And you don't want to be legalistic about it either. But I think if it's going to grow your love for the Lord, then I'm like, why not do it and grow your prayer life and grow all these spiritual things? But I am going to do it, and I'm excited about it. And I think this year it's not, I feel like this is one of the years where I don't see it as a health thing. I feel like I don't have that temptation in my heart as much as other years, because I feel like I'm in a good place in my health and like regularly working out and whatnot. But now it's like, I actually want just to grow in a love for the Lord this year through fasting and to see God move. So I will.
Yeah, I wish I had a bigger knowledge based on why we fast.
Yeah.
I think fasting is for some reason there's so much potential when it comes to answered prayers and fasting. Somehow the two just connect.
Yeah.
But why? Like when my cell boys ask me, or my small group boys ask me, Miles, why should we fast? It's like what? Like yes, there's the physical discipline to put your body through the pain and suffering that your spiritual body is feeling for these answered prayers. There's that relationship.
Yep.
There's also the freeing up time to spend more time in prayer over your lunch hour or breakfast or supper.
Yeah.
And I think those would be like the two main reasons that I would know of.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a bunch of resources that our church has done, and other people have done that I just haven't dived deep into. But fasting is really an untapped well of answers to prayer that I think, man, if we just all fasted more,
I wonder what would happen.
Yeah, right? Yeah. But it's so hard because, like, even for me, like, I've been trying to fast Mondays since October, I think. November. I've been fasting Mondays. Like,
do you do all day or one meal, or what does it look like?
The supper is my first meal.
Okay.
So, like,
nearly 24 hours from the supper day before.
Yeah. The goal is 24 hours from my last meal on Sunday to Monday. But then I just wake up and I just, without even thinking about it, grab a granola bar or
habits,
start making a protein shake, and I'm like, no,
what am I doing?
What am I doing? Yeah.
It's crazy. So, like, just cool quotes that I've heard. And I wonder if it's habits, right? Like, we've built habits into our life. Like, we eat all the time. Like, clearly then we're going to be hungry. Right? And there's a lovely quote, or two of them, that I've come across over the last few months. The first one is, we always have good intentions. I don't think intentions are the problem, but I think our intentions aren't actually good enough. And what people say is, you don't actually live up to the level of your intentions. You actually live up to the level of your habits. You fall to the level of your habits. So whatever your habits are, that's actually what you're going to do. And you don't actually rise up to the occasion of your intentions.
Right.
So it's like, how do you build in those habits so that when you don't feel like it, that's still what you do? So I think fasting does that, where it's, if you practice it enough, I think you'll actually want it more and more. And I've seen that in my life. The more I've fasted, it's like, this is awesome. But when I actually lose that practice, it's like, this is just terrible.
Yeah.
And I think the other part of fasting is, what was the quote that I read this week? Basically the quote is like, whatever you feed thrives, and whatever you deprive, it dies. Right? So it's just like, if you deprive your body or your cravings, or your body of the cravings that it wants, hopefully it'll translate to other things. Like, I think one of the things I've heard is, if you're struggling with whatever addiction it is, like whether it's pornography or whether it's, video games, you go to those things because you're craving them, right? Yeah. But now if you're teaching your body, I crave food, I'm going to deprive it. Like, I'm going to actually not give into that. You kind of teach your body to not just always give into your cravings. So you kill the cravings, and hopefully you replace it with something that's actually life-giving. So I don't know. But I think, spiritual discipline of fasting helps with anybody who's going through an addiction.
Right.
Not that that's the only thing you do, but I wonder if people would actually just practice fasting, they'd see major breakthroughs in different addictions that they're dealing with. And sin struggles. Yeah.
Well, even like sometimes I find it funny just how blunt the Bible can be in, like, if something's causing you to stumble, like, just cut it off. Yeah. Like there's no hesitation. It's just cut it off. Yeah. Like, just stop it. Yeah. Like, literally just stop it. Yeah. And I mean, we could continue to make up so many excuses and reasons to not, but the Bible is clear. Like, if this is causing you to stumble, just don't do it.
Whatever the source is, just cut it off.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. And that's really what fasting is, right? You're like getting rid of whatever it is that's causing you to, although food's not bad, right? So I mean, that's a little bit different in that way. But I just think we struggle in this area of like entertainment, and just like, I mean, the West is, that's what we do. Like, whatever our cravings are, like, just go get them.
Yeah. Well, my friend Joseph, he loves hockey, and last year he did a full hockey fast. Where he didn't watch a single hockey game. He didn't even check the scores.
I struggle with that
for the whole season, and because there was like a serious, well, I don't know if like serious problem, but I guess for him, like, it just consumed him. Yeah. And like, even sports, like, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not a sin. Like, you don't necessarily have to fast from things that are sin. Social media isn't sin. Food isn't sin.
Yeah.
But as soon as those things are consuming for you, then
you're like going to them for life, right? It's like, this is actually, I'm using this for life. Whatever you go to get life to, or life from.
Yeah.
And which is interesting, like, you don't want to be legalistic about it. And we talk about like what's sin, what's not sin. But I think what is sin is when the Lord tells you to fast from something and then you don't.
Yeah.
Because now that's disobedience.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like sometimes you want these rules, tell me what to do, what not to do. Actually, what you need to do is listen. If you feel the Lord telling you not to do something or to fast from this or that, because what could be, for me, it might be whatever, I should fast from sports cores, but might not be for you. But if I were to not, I'd be like, oh, it's not a sin to look at sports scores, but the sin would be if the Lord is telling me to do it and I disobey in that prompting, then that would be sin.
Right.
I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at it that, right? Because sometimes we think about, oh, what's sin, what's not sin. Actually, what's sin is when we disobey. So
right.
Yeah.
And disobedience can be different
for different people.
I
mean, with certain things.
Yeah.
That's not clear. Like fasting doesn't say this is what you should fast from. Like it's not super specific in scripture.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of those gray areas. It's like, oh, I don't know. Media, food, what should I do?
Yeah.
We'll go listen. Ask the Lord what you should do. And then go do that thing.
Yeah.
And don't ask the person beside you, what are you doing? I mean, you can ask for maybe some ideas, but you don't feel like you need to be like the exact or do this exact same thing that the other person's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's nice just to bounce ideas off of each other and say, hey, what are you doing for this or that? Or I'm struggling to find something to do for fasting. And then you can just bounce ideas off of each other. But yeah.
But I think maybe, I'm just thinking about it now, like what could be a nice or maybe a good challenge would be like, what is the thing that is taking up the most time? Like that you go to for life, whether that's sports or YouTube or whatever it is. Maybe that's what you should fast from.
Yeah.
Just do the big thing. Start big, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe start small. I'm not sure. But whatever it is you're going to for life, that's not maybe the Lord. Then maybe cut that thing out. See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes that might just be like a totally fine thing.
It could be sleep. You're oversleeping. You're sleeping 12 hours a day.
Yeah, maybe.
Guys, you only need 7. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm trying to adjust my sleep schedule back for university, and it's not working.
It's hard to wake up early.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, it's actually terrible. Like last night, I'm up till like 11 because I can't sleep, but yet I have this massive day where I'm busy and I'm totally exhausted, and I get home and I'm like, I just can't sleep. And maybe it's because I'm overstimulated.
Yeah.
And probably that's the
You're
reason
still thinking through different things.
Yeah. I'm still like playing the set in my head, trying to get
that's
the
what I
songs
do
out of my
too.
head. Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, fasting. See what happens. It's great.
What would you say would be like for the next worship leader generation? What's something that you want to see from them? Like
wow, that's
build your dream worship leader. Choose your avatar.
Choose my avatar. Isn't there a third movie like the Avatar that's come out recently?
Yeah, Fire and Ash.
My parents apparently watched it and whatever.
Oh yeah,
it's like 3 hours long.
I've heard
no
it's kind of
idea.
mid, to be honest.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's about. I don't think I've even watched the second one.
No,
I think I watched the first one.
And the second one gave me a huge headache. Just the camera movement, it was just all over the place, and it gave me a massive headache. But yeah, those movies are made to make you feel overstimulated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, next generation. Oh man, that is a good question. Maybe I should think about that one more. But
Black
I think
voice.
What?
African American voice. Because they're the best voices.
Oh my goodness, yeah. We need some more gospel influenced music. Honestly,
what do you look for?
The thing that's coming to mind, I just want people who actually have a huge passion for Jesus. Like that's really where it starts. Like that's where worship begins. Like I think you can't really lead other people into worship if you yourself don't passionately love the Lord. And then, yes, there's all the music side of things and whatever. You can ask for people who have talent. But if you were to ask me like what I'd prefer somebody who is super passionate about the Lord and who displays that and who lives it out, and then be average in their musicianship. And then somebody who like has little love for the Lord and is super talented. Like, yeah. So somebody who just generally loves the Lord and loves people. I mean, we talk about that at our church. And somebody who actually wants to disciple other people. So those three. And who's humble and just wants to be taught, which I've seen from you lots. Right? So it's, yeah, somebody who's passionately serving the Lord, loves to serve people, loves to learn and grow, and wants to help others grow. So I think that's what you look for in people. And I think if people, or the next generation can get that, in whatever ministry you're in, like the Lord, I would say, will use you. And so that's what I look for. And obviously some talent. You need some talent within the worship ministry.
Right.
But somebody who just loves the Lord tons. I think that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Talent or love for the Lord, humility, and loves others and wants to disciple.
And your dream job is to train people.
Yeah, I would love to just train people and obviously still lead every now and then. But even yesterday, I just loved like you leading and you and Denny leading. And like I'm there to provide some feedback. But like for me, just to like worship and sing tenor, I just enjoyed that and seeing you guys lead and just being able to take in that moment and see other people lead is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could simply do that, find resources and then learn myself and then pass them on to you, that would be the dream.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Well, I don't know if I have any other questions or things to talk about.
Cool. Well, this was a great first experience for me. I've never done this.
First experience for me too, man. This is
so it's just like, man, what did I all share? What did I say that was wrong? Maybe, I don't know. Sometimes when you stumble over your words, which is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to get better at talking. So this is great. Like I feel like it's a good, even practice. Like I honestly would not mind doing this on a semi-regular to be like, hey, what's turning in your heart? And to be like, yep, this is what's going on. These are the things I'm learning. Because I think it just helps you process some of the things that you don't normally process.
Yeah.
And even just to reflect on your own life and like, what has the Lord done? And I think we live in a culture that's just so fast paced that we just don't even take the time to look back. And it's interesting. We can maybe end on this. Apparently the most repeated command in scripture is two of these. Remember, the Lord tells his people to remember lots, and don't be afraid or do not fear. Yeah. I'm wondering, like, man, you think about all the things that we fear in life or just even in general, like people, just mental health and all that stuff. I just wonder, like, we're just living in such a fast-paced culture, society that we just don't even remember. We don't look back, which is why I love this. Like, I get to talk about the things that the Lord has done, and it's faith building to talk about what the Lord has done and looking forward to, okay, like, yeah, the Lord's been faithful, and if I stay faithful, like he's going to be faithful. Even if I'm not faithful, he's going to be faithful, but excited to see where this goes, where my life's going to go as I stay faithful to him, whether that's still here or back in the marketplace or I don't know. We'll see. But I love this. This is great.
Yeah. I think being able to sit down and be able to talk authentically is like a form of media that so many people are interested in.
Yep.
And it's a really great way for me to actually just process the things that are on my heart as well.
And learn from other people who are a little bit older than you and have experience in whatever area you're interested in. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure what niche I'll dive into. I think it'd be cool to dive into a bunch of different things and kind of have like an open-ended topic. Just talk about life and people and what they're interested in and being able to learn and bring a variety of different guests on to share whatever they're up to.
Yep.
And I think there's a lot of research I might have to do to
totally
have someone on that I don't really know what they're about or what they do, and just be able to sit and learn and be able to ask good questions. I think that's the thing that's maybe scary for me.
Yes. Oh, questions, man. So key. There's a book that I want to read. It's called, is it The Art to Asking Better Questions? But it just talks about how do you ask those questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, oh my goodness, we can just keep chatting here.
That's what podcasts are for, man. That's what podcasts
But
are for.
learning how to ask questions. I feel like people just sometimes don't know how to ask good questions to learn. And I love that you're doing this too, because I think an aspect of humility is asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't know something, go ask questions.
Yeah.
And I love, again, just I think there's a lot of potential in this to learn from people.
Yeah.
For yourself too.
Yeah. I'm a big questions person. I think even just like from 16 to 20 working here at church doing interviews, like just asking questions about people's lives. I think that was a skill that I really grew in.
Yeah.
And this is something that like I'm dealing with Summer is sometimes I get too intense and I ask too many questions and like, tell me all your emotions right now. Because I don't know what you're feeling. So just like, tell me all of them. But then she's like, that just puts me into overwhelm.
Yeah.
And like, and then that's a whole big thing. And so like, I have to learn how to ask better questions to like less open-ended and just like, how are you feeling? Or,
it's like, totally.
Like, and ask more specific, like, are you ready for today to conquer today? Like with what you have up, instead of just like, tell me all your emotions since the time you woke up to now before you leaving to work. Like, and trying to
totally
whatever. I don't know. There's lots of, now we're talking about dating, but there's like, yeah,
maybe I need a separate podcast. Worship to dating. All right, this is
no, but asking good questions is really important, and not just asking like why. Tell me why. But like, I mean, that's a great way to start. It's just asking why, but being able to fully engage and listen to what the person is saying, and then pick out key things, key topics, or turning points. Key decisions that they made, and then asking
process.
About process, like what were you thinking when you made that decision? Why is this important to you? Why is this a value to you? And then making questions based off of that. I think that's something that I have had a lot of experience in, but I am trying to grow, and I think this is something that can really do that for me, as well as the whole public speaking thing, because that's been a whole insecurity for me for a while. Like,
tell me about it.
From kindergarten to grade 4, actually went to speech pathology.
You talked about that.
And so learning how to talk correctly, and I remember in elementary school, I was a part of a play. We did this like Under the Sea play at Woodlawn School, and I had one line, and I was so nervous for it because like growing up, I was told that I couldn't speak right, and now I have this one line, and just getting over that fear, and even like sometimes stuttering or mixing up my words, like my mind moves faster than what my
that's
mouth
like
can.
Me too. I'm like, I need to keep this thought, but I'm also speaking what I am saying right now, and how do I stay in the moment, but also think about what I'm gonna say. But not say that yet. Public speaking, tough.
It's tough,
but it's an art.
Yeah, and it's something that you only get good at by doing.
Yeah,
and the more you do it, the better you get.
Yeah,
and so, and there's I mean, like the whole reason why I wanted to start this podcast was because there's so many stories that people don't know, and so many lessons and nuggets of wisdom. And I mean, even like today's episode is all about like saying no to something steady for obedience with God. Like that, like if I could encompass your whole story, like that's what that is. And then like worship leading is just the vessel for that. But really it's just about obedience to God, and steadiness comes from obedience. And I mean, there's so many other stories and wisdom and truths that come from other people's stories as well. And if I can, even just for myself, like if this is just for myself, like that's
totally you'd benefit so much from it.
I'm
like, I want to do this now.
But it's just finding the right people to come on and to talk to.
Worship ministry podcast.
Yeah.
We'll see. But no, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know who I'll have on next, but we'll see. Hopefully it's soon. Been trying to text people to come on.
Yeah,
Maybe just doing my first one, and I'll be able to point people to it.
Hey,
Like, hey,
there you go, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you also want other.
Yeah, I don't just want to
just
stay
Southlanders.
Southland people.
Yeah.
Although, like, you're the perfect guest for me to have on first because we have so much in common.
Yep.
We can talk about worship leading. We can talk about Australian Open coming up.
Hey,
like,
who's the favorite?
Yeah.
Carlos Alcaraz getting rid of his coach.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, what happened there?
Yeah, that was definitely. Yeah, I was kind of surprised because they were doing so well together, and like he's had Sinner's name for so long. I mean, he lost at the finals there in Italy, but yeah. Who do you think will win?
One of them too.
Yeah.
Have they lost enough? Have they not been in a final in the last 2 years? It's always been them two.
Yeah.
In the last 2 years. That's one, I think, right? I think the last maybe 9 Grand Slams now. It's been them.
Yeah.
One of them to win. It's crazy.
I
really don't know how you beat them. Like one of them two. Because like to like win the whole thing, you probably have to beat both of them. Or one of them would have to fall out really early, which is probably rare.
Yeah. Yeah, someone would have to get injured. But I think I am an Alcaraz fan. I don't like Sinner.
Because he's boring.
Yeah.
His play style is boring.
Yeah.
But
and he said that he's trying to spice it up a little bit. Like he's trying to add more drop shots and go to the net more. But Alcaraz, he's just so entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
he's such a cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see. When does it start? End of the month, probably?
No, halfway through January.
Oh yeah, ready.
But like the first week is all just playing.
Yeah.
Like wild card.
Oh yeah.
Stuff.
Hey, let's go. Let's go to Australian Open. Hey, there's a church pastor. He's like, hey, if you ever want to come, you stay at our place.
To Australia?
Yeah, they live in Melbourne.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, and the wife is also a worship leader. So it's like we had a connection at the last church renewal conference.
Okay.
And so they're like, if you ever want to come, just I have their number. Might go one day, maybe when my kids are old. Can't imagine taking 2 kids to fly.
Yeah, that would be flying with kids. When you're on a plane
and car seats, you have to bring car seats
to a plane.
Well, how are you gonna?
Yeah, I guess.
How are you gonna take your kids onto a car? You can't just strap them into a regular seat.
Right. So you have to fly with car seats.
I think so, or I don't know, rent them. I don't know. That's a business.
I think I've seen that though, where people wrap their car seats in saran wrap together.
Yeah.
And then they put them in oversized luggage.
Yeah.
I have for sure seen that at the airport.
For sure. Like, what else would you do?
Man, that's
unless
tough.
You buy one there and sell it, which is expensive.
Yeah. Man, why do kids go on vacations with their parents?
I don't know. Someone just started a business. Cars, like car rentals with car seats. Anybody wants to take that up?
Enterprises.
Enterprise.
Yeah.
Include car seats in your deals. But yeah.
Well, anyways, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Yeah. First episode done.
Oh, how long was that? I don't even know.
Well, this says 95 minutes.
95 minutes.